What's up, everybody? Welcome to podcast. Now, I'm Alex, and today I'm going to be reviewing NHL 17. So, this is the obvious yearly release in the NHL franchise, and this game, I had the least amount of stock going into it. NHL 16 was my least played NHL game since ever. My very first NHL game was NHL 10, and I play those games a lot, too much every year. I play it so much that I don't play other very, very good games because I'd rather play NHL. So NHL 16, I really just didn't play much, at all. I actually thought it had the best feeling of hockey, like the gameplay, in the whole since I got it. So while I liked that, it just didn't really keep me. This game, I think, firstly, I want to say this game's really, really good. If you didn't pick up NHL 16, I would get if you're jumping from 15 and you still don't know to upgrade or go higher, I'd definitely get 17. If you have 16, I think 17 is worth it, and here's why. I think 16 was a rebound NHL game. NHL 15 took out, we all know it was well documented, NHL 15 took out everything. It was the first jump into next gen. It didn't have any modes. It was a garbage game. EA got a lot of hate for it. Well deserved. They deserve what they got for that. And so 16 was really a rebound in trying to fix all the mistakes of 15. And I think they did that, but it was just that. What I like about 17 is now they got they had their foot in the door for 16, and now they've opened it for 17. They built off of what they started last year. They don't have to worry about making people happy because of basically a no game in 15. They can really focus on key pieces of the game. So I want to talk mainly about the actual NHL gameplay. I like actually playing the game. Now, I play a lot of be a GM mode. Now it's franchise mode, which I really like. I really like the owner. I think there's some tweaks to be made. It's not perfect. The whole money organization skills. It's not a perfect system. It doesn't always work. It's not a nuisance, and it can get annoying though. I don't know if it was necessary. I think it is good though. It's just an added management thing. It's cool setting prices for things, and putting your budgets in places and having the promotions and picking what to do. It's a very nice. I can't wait to see where it will go from here because I think they can really build and make it something special. Right now they're just kind of testing it. I do like it. I am glad it's here. I don't know if we needed it, but I'm very happy that they put it here. But the actual gameplay, this game has the best feel ever. Now I play on Superstar difficulty, and I play on whatever the mode is right before the absolute most realistic mode, and I think this is the best NHL gameplay ever. The goalies are better. They're not great, but they're better. The game has the new look to it. It's gotten the players that had big years last year, better known players. They look like they're actual people. Other players still don't, but that's what are you gonna do? What I really like about the goalies is they added all of the stances. So someone like Carey Price or Semyon Varlamov, they act like they're real human player, the person who actually plays. Carey Price in the game has the stance of Carey Price, the actual person, which is really cool because it makes it feel like you're actually, obviously you're not playing against Carey Price, but it makes you feel like that's him. It's not just a generic goalie. And I think what I noticed about this game too, and I'm just realizing it now with players, it's actually the same thing for players. You can tell the better players from the not better players. Now, they've always had that. They've always had the difference in overall, and they've always said, well, when you're a 79, you can get hit off the puck easier and all this stuff. I think it's never been fully realized, though, until now. Now I see it. Now it's really, I think, I mean, they were just saying that before. And it was true to an extent, but it was kind of pathetic. There wasn't that much of a difference. Obviously, like, playing as Crosby is different than playing as Matt Martin. It's obviously different. But in this game, I think it has the biggest impact. Because this game, they actually fixed a lot of the problems. I like the net front battles. They're really awesome. The tips, I liked how the players tip the puck in, like, all the time. And even if they don't score, they tip the puck all the time. Sometimes it's a little unrealistic because when I say they tip it in every time, they tip the puck if you throw it at them any given time. But the AI is so much smarter. They stop the cross creases. You can't do that anymore. You can't just rush in. If you literally go straight at the defenseman, you're going to get poke checked before you get anywhere in their zone. And I like that. I was talking to Tyler about it too, and like they feel more alive, the players. And what I was talking to him about was the fact that I liked that in this game you don't have the puck for that long, which is very reflective of real-life hockey. In real-life hockey, there's lots of passes, there's dumps, there's working the boards, you don't have a lot of opportunities to do things in the real-life NHL. And momentum swings and stuff. And in this game, you feel that. You never have the puck for that long. The gap control is really, I don't know if it's, I think it's good. And by good, I mean it's very aggressive. Like, they are on you fast, no matter where you are. Power plays feel like power play because if you can move the puck quickly, you can actually get their guys going in the wrong direction and you can open up spots on the ice. And I really like that. Before it just wasn't that. Before, the AI is so much smarter now. They're on you. They don't let you do what you used to do. You can't just go right up to them. They're going to poke check you. You can't make these incredible passes that wouldn't work in real life NHL, so it doesn't work here. I really like that. And like I said, with the goalies, they're better. They're not the best. But then Tyler made the point to me and said, well, if it was, say the goalies were as good as, they can never make the goalies how me and him want it to be, because then you're never going to score. I mean, these games have to be fun. Do you want to play this game if you know that you're just going to win 2-1 or 1-0? No, ironically, that's how the NHL is starting to go. But that's not why you would, like, I play games and I'm scoring 4 or 5 goals. They're scoring 4 or 5 goals. That's the fun of the arcade-ish NHL game. But this is the closest blend of both where it makes me and him very happy, and I think it's still easy enough to get into. But the gameplay just feels so much better. Another thing is how I quickly referenced this earlier, momentum. You can actually feel it in games. Like, for me at least, like I said, you never have the puck for that long. It goes back and forth and back and forth. And when you have the puck, you tend to possess it for a while. And say you put yourself off sides or something, and you collect yourself and you go back, you can truly feel the momentum. And you know how when the longer the players are on the ice, the slower, the more tired they get. And then it works in reverse. Like, when they have the puck for a while. If you give it away, they have it for quite some time. And I like that because you can literally see the momentum that, like, okay, now they have it, and this is their chance. Another thing is poke checks and stick lifts. Now, I talked about the battling in front of the net. I think that's completely removed the stick lifts. And the players are a lot smarter now where they will move. That's another, like, all these small things they talk about that don't really become big news stories, those are what excites me the most and I think has the biggest impact. And that's what makes the game feel the most real. The players just being smarter. It bouncing off sticks in a weird way. When you pass it, say, between two guys, the first guy may let it go right through him because it's a smarter idea for the second guy to go. What else? A lot of times your player will kick it up from their skate to their stick. If you make a bad pass, the recovery is super good. The way they pass it behind them is super good. There's a lot of really good things about the gameplay itself. But stick lifts, I think, have been completely eliminated. You can still do it. You can still press X or A to lift the stick, but it's delayed from when you press it. It doesn't happen immediately. and it's almost like you have to aim it, and the aim is never right. I did it maybe 1 to 2 times so far, and I've played multiple hours of this game, in the game. Ironically, EA, it's in the game. And I only stick lifted somebody 1 to 2 times. It's a lot harder to do it. It's not as effective to do it. And that eliminates a lot of the stupid high sticking penalties that you get when in the past games that were annoying and obviously not meant to be a penalty. Poke checks too. Poke checks really don't work as much. You can't go as... And every year they do tone poke checks down too. Like every year it becomes where it's a delay and you can't do that many because it slows you down. It's the same thing. In this game, it's more about gap control and allowing the AI, even when you're playing as the player, it's allowing you and the AI to just do its thing, do what the game did. Like, they'll automatically block things. They'll automatically move their stick. You don't need to spam the poke check. You need to be close to the player, gap controlling them, making sure they're not going to make passes. But I like it a lot. I really, really do. I mean, the most annoying part of the other games is the cheap goals that the AI would just do over and over and over. It's the cross-crease passes. The defense could never do it. It hasn't happened. Ironically, the only time it has happened is one player, and it was Alex Ovechkin, because I kept leaving him open, and they do get the cross-crease, and he does do the Ovechkin kind of shot from his spot, which is actually more cool than aggravating. But cross creases just don't happen. And that makes the game immensely more fun. Just so much more fun. I really only want to talk about the gameplay. I play franchise mode. I used to play Hut. I don't play it anymore. There's play now. But see, this game has all the modes that you could want. It's got the modes that they took out in 15 and then added back in 16. It's got all of it. If you're going to play it, you know the game, you know the individual modes. I'm not going to talk about the individual modes. Some people only play for EA SHL, so some people only play for that. That's great. I played NHL 16 for that with Tyler and Mike Forden that has been on Podcast Now Live. We had a lot of fun with that. Maybe we'll play that again in 17. I'm not sure. But I really, really enjoy this game. I think there's every reason to get it, whether or not you got 16. If you didn't have 16 and you had 15, I think, well, I don't even know how that's even possible. Get 17. If you have 16, I still think you should get 17 because even for someone who plays it, and when I say I didn't play it as much as the other ones, I still played it. Like an unhealthy amount of time I played it. I just didn't play it as long as I played the other games. So I know these games, and I know how they really feel. And 17 feels different, and it's worth me getting it. And if it's worth me getting it, it's worth Tyler getting it, who also plays it. It's worth you getting it. So guys, what do you think about NHL 17 in general? Have you played it? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to Podcast Now, our YouTube channel. Make sure you like this video and share it with your friends. And I will see you for the next video.